All right, let's see what we looking at. See what we looking at. I got it. Okay. Okay. 950. Jesus. What level at 21? Okay. Yeah, you're a higher level than me. I was like, how the hell? Okay. I'm fucking with the fit. The fit is nice. There we go. Pretty nice. Good stats. I'm fucking with it. 950 health is crazy. I'd never be at one. Want to see the Dark Arts fit? Yeah, let me see it. Let me see it. I always wear the Dark Arts fit. Let's see if I can find it. There's probably a clip somewhere of mine. Or it's on YouTube. I know that. Yo, what's up, Phyllis? Tim the Tatman, the fall damage is like me to Homer Simpson screaming when I get jump scared. Like, we all have our thing, right? How are you, Phyllis? Yo, does Phyllis have clips? Hold on, I'm about to find out. About to find out. Copy. So, this is going to be cool. No. No clips. I can't avoid getting blown up. It's my weakness. It's my weakness as a gamer. I'm doing good things. Got to go grocery shopping soon. I hate grocery shopping. I hate it. And they fill us on YouTube. Yeah. I don't think I can clip from there. How are you? I'm pretty good. Oh, here we go. Here's the Dark Arts. Okay. So this is cool, right? This is cool. But I'm going to tell you, Cass, if you change the hat, this hat works well with your other fit, right? Let me open the other fit. Hold on. Is that an automatic thing now? Yeah, so if I get rated, it'll do it. And if I just put exclamation SO, that's what happens. As long as they have clips. If they don't have clips, it won't do anything. Yo, what's up, Judas? So, I'm opening this in the other. Okay. So, the hat looks good with this fit, right? And that's real. That's like, upstanding citizen type thing. But with this, I feel the hat kind of the mood of the hat, because it's not a bad hat, right? It fits your character. But the hat is not menacing as the rest of the fit, It's dope, but I agree the hat got to change for Dark Arts fit. Yeah, like, this screams, I'm a good boy. But this screams, I'm going to kill you. And this part says, I'm a good boy. You see what I'm saying? Like, I'm so flustered right now. Help. Why are you flustered, Judas? It softens the darkness. Exactly. So instead of being pitch black, you're more of just a dimly lit room. You know what I mean? Fit's still hard, though. The fit is hard. The fit is hard, though. I'm not going to lie. Yeah, I'm a good boy. Like, look at it. See? I'm a good boy. I'm going to kill you. I'm a good boy. It's nice. Like, I'm fucking with it. I just feel like the hat softens you a little too much. Dimly lit room. Yeah, like, it just softens it a little much. Like, the whole fit has to be menacing. Other than that, good work. Good work. I'm fucking with it. Okay, so I was drawing and my friend said this guy was staring right at me, but when I looked up, he would turn away. And I saw him during lunch. Bro, he's fine as fuck. Go talk to him, Judas. It's Valentine's Day. Shoot your shot. Shoot your shot, Judas. Today of all days is your day to shoot your shot, my boy. Shoot your shot. Oh. Wow, they ran. I need to be careful of them grenades. Okay.
Who's there? Wait.
What's up? Okay. Missed. How come I can hit him, but the bat doesn't? Got him. I don't have another class with him, man. I gotta wait till Thursday. Hey. When you see him, shoot your shot. Is that a fucking... No, that was a body.
Let's get a move on. Doesn't matter what you do. The
Dead.
Gets the ball in the end.
Got him. Pete, hold on. Don't run. Got her. Okay. Okay, so fine. Yeah, go talk to him. Maybe you'll see him later. Still pretty awesome fit, though. Yeah. Like, overall, I'm giving it, like, what the fuck? Solid 9 out of 10. 9 out of 10. Yeah, dog meat. I need to get inside. I sent you the updated one? Okay, here we go. This is what we're talking about. Discord. There we go. This is what I'm talking about. That's better. That's better. You see? We got it good. We got I'm a good boy. And this one is don't fuck up. Don't fuck up. I got the wand on me. You know? That's what I'm talking. There you go, Cass. Good fit. Good fit. I'm fucking with it. I'm fucking with it. And, you know what's nice? Nice touch with the gloves so you don't leave any fingerprints. No, you know, keep the gloves on just in case you got to do something. Leave no evidence. You know? Good job. Good job. Like this one screams, obviously I'm a Hufflepuff. People don't know what house you're in this fit. I got that 13th and a quarter on me. You know, Petty's right. Oh, I got to go finish some work before I fail. I swear I'll come back. Yeah. Do your thing, Judas. Do your thing. Good job, Cass. I'm fucking with it. I'm fucking with it. Up, back to the game. There we go. Should I'm gonna go stream? Got me all hyped? Yeah. Hey, do it. Do it. Good shit, Cass. Good fit. That's a 10 out of 10 now. 13 and 3/4. My bad. My fault. I didn't mean to short you, my boy. 13 and 3/4. That's what I'm talking about. Okay. These grenades killed me last time. Obviously, I'm a... You know, the first fit's like, hey, I'm a nice boy. I'm a Hufflepuff. But that other one, you know... Hey, I'm away. Yo, Vex is coming. Vex is on his way. Yes, sir. That fit's hard, though. That fit is hard. Okay. So far, so good. Grenade bouquet. Got it. Hello from Russia. Hello from the U.S. What's good? Make sure we're not getting blown up again. No, I shorted him. Every 4th inch counts. That's what I'm saying. Every 1/4 inch counts. I know what that's like, you know. Yes, sir. Back at it again. What's up, Vex? What's up? Here we go. Anything? Nothing. Here we go. Carrying too much. Yo, dog meat. What's up? Come here. Oh, hold on, dog meat. All right. Anyways, like we were doing. Come here. If anyone wants to check it out, send it to Discord. Yeah. Okay, take all this. Good. There's got to be something else you can hold while I'm doing all this. I like the fit, though. All right, I'm back. Welcome back. Welcome back. That's pretty good. Why are these different? Oh, they're just different bottles. Gotta be something else you can hold that I'm not going to eat right now. We have a lot of Psycho Jet. I forgot I made all this. Gotta get some snacks again. Get them. Get them. We need... Wow, we have a lot of steaks too. Jesus. I gotta cook more. I swear I just cooked too. Bubble gum. Hold that. Not gonna eat that. Looks good. All right, let's keep it moving. Let's go, dog meat. Let's do it. Okay. Am I stuck on something? No. Okay. There's a scale. Big ass bear. Cool. If that bear just like came to life and started attacking me from behind, I'd be scared as hell. That would make me jump scared. I wish I had a Sharpie about to write on these teachers' desks. Yeah, don't do that. That's how you get in trouble. That is how you get in trouble. Okay, next part. Next part. And I hate her though. Still. You don't want to give her a reason, you know?
You know what that sound means? Get your ass down to Cola Cars. The main event's about to begin.
This guy's voice is starting to get on my nerves. Okay, I see where we gotta go.
You got me wired up yet, Gage?
Yeah, boss.
Finally. Now go shut off that damn alarm.
All right, I'm on it.
Can't go through there.
Now where? There's my next victim now.
True. Yeah. You know, don't give him a reason.
Much. Here's a quick rundown of how this works. You go
Never want to give him a reason.
Make yourself presentable. Then we're
I
gonna
shoot him
give
through the
these
gate.
folks a show where I decorate these walls here with your lovely.
There's Fallout Bears in Fallout 3 and in DLC of Fallout New Vegas called a Yag. What is that? What is that? A Yagui? Oh, yeah, I've seen that. I fought one in this game. I almost got in school suspension. Yeah, exactly. Like, don't get suspended.
All right, Gage, let him through. Something tells me I'm really gonna enjoy this.
Enter the locker room. Okay, so we survived the gauntlet. Have you ever played Fear? I played for like 20 minutes back in the Xbox 360 days.
This ought to be the best slaughter yet.
But I haven't finished the game, to be honest with you. I'll have you open Scratch While stream. Appreciate you. It wasn't the death, though. It was a fight. Yeah, but you still don't want to add to that resume, you know?
Against Coulter still stands at 1 minute 37 seconds.
Is Fear good?
All right, listen the hell up. I want to make it out of this alive. I've only got a minute. Find the intercom on the wall. I'll make it quick.
How do you use the intercom?
Time's wasting here.
I don't have to use this intercom.
Who is this?
I'm the guy that's gonna get you out of this alive. So
Yeah, I
listen
guess.
up.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a great series. Horror with Max Payne style FPS slow-mo. Is this Nuka World? It is. I guess we're going to have to add that to the scary game backlog. You know? Wow, people... Oh, mini nuke. I guess they're telling me to use the fat boy. Shoddy shells. Always take those. There's Zapper.
There we go.
That sounds cool. Square gun, though. That doesn't do much. 38. What level are you in Fallout? We are 32. Nuka World's the only DC I haven't messed with. You don't like it? Or you haven't played it? I hear the loot for this is... Damn, a minigun, too. They're really trying to... Okay, take a jet. I haven't played it. I hear it's good. It's good so far. It is good so far. I'm liking it.
Still on the other end?
Yeah. You ready to listen?
Listening.
All right, I'm listening.
My kind of guy.
Listening, Gage.
Look, you made it this far. You obviously got skill. But this fight coming up is rigged. You get me? Over Boss Coulter.
There's a badass suit in XO1 power armor. It's got a Nuka-Cola quantum paint on it. Ooh.
Damn thing.
Goofy looking motherfucker.
You name it. Someone's tried it. Miniguns, grenades. Not a scratch.
Interesting.
You get what I'm saying?
Might get a tattoo
So,
soon.
he's
What
a
are you gonna
cheating
get?
coward. Gotcha.
Doesn't have
Helmet, baby.
bare
We
bones
are.
in his body.
You know how it goes.
You want to win?
Got to make sure our head stays in shape with all these fights. There's... Oh, we have to use that fucking thirst
Is it
zapper?
a little red gun called the Thirst Zapper?
You got it.
Think of something small, probably a skull or a heart. That could be cool.
I already picked that up.
Good.
Funny enough, my kid is going to be a helmet baby in a couple days. Helmet babies, you know, there's nothing wrong with being a helmet baby.
I know
He got that 1932 football helmet.
You're just
Exactly.
going to have to trust me.
You know, it looks like it's going to protect us, but we don't know if it will. We just don't know.
Seriously, is this
Literally Mega Man.
joke?
They got soft heads for a reason. Exactly. You know, got to protect that
Once the water
spot.
hits Coulter's electrically charged power armor, the circuits are going to short out. It'll kill his defenses, but you only have so much time to do some damage before they recharge. You take 'em out,
1932 football helmets go crazy. They do, man. That was drip. Every time they put those on, they were like, damn, I really put that shit on for real.
consider it?
My shit just
That's what I
froze.
like to
Oh, you
hear.
good? We're not doing anything. We're not doing anything yet. Let me know when you're back,
It's time.
and then we'll start it.
I'll open the door. See you on the other side.
Hello? Oh, I was looking at the ceiling. Nothing. Take the ammo. Shotgun shells. They feeling invincible with a leather cap on? Exact. They're like, yeah, we're good. Not knowing all the CTE. They had no idea about CTE yet. Anything else? Boom. Got it.
Sweet.
Okay. What else we got? Okay. Oh, good thing I looked. You know what I hate though? What? Military ammo bag. What's in the... Human babies? What? Human babies? Why? Why you hate human babies? Where the hell is that? Oh, we don't need that. My school is trying to put all the linemen in these new helmets that look like something from Halo called a... I gotta see what that looks like. I gotta see what that looks like before we do this. I was always like a helmet nerd. It's called a VICIS trench. Oh, these helmets are ugly. Hell no. Hell no. Ew. I thought they went hard at first, but they ugly as hell. They are. Hell no. You could not catch me in this. What the hell is this? What the hell? Give me brain damage before I look like Megatron. Exactly. Damn. Animal babies 5 minutes out the womb know exactly what to do. Human babies have a soft spot on their head that can kill them if pressed and have the communication skills of an alarm clock. True. Yeah, that helmet's ugly as hell. There's no way. So we need to equip that water gun. We're going to use a water gun in a fight. No drip detected in those helmets. Exactly. They're the best helmets for the game, though. Best rated. Damn. L human babies. Bro, wait till you see the helmet my wife picked out for the kid. I got to see it. I got to. Just need some airbrush scenes. Like, I feel like even a visor can't save how that helmet is. You know who got an ugly helmet? Nick Bosa does. He does. I feel like not even the dark visor can save that helmet. Like, it's good for your head, but you're just... The guy was like, well, no one has ordered that one before. That's the same helmet? Yeah, the baby helmets. Are they? I don't... Well, I'm wearing one right now. Look at that. We got the baby helmet on. You know, no shame in a baby helmet. What is this weapon called? It's bright orange and yellow, and it's called Solar. Hold on. I need to see it. Solar baby helmet. Nick Bosa and George Kittle both wear those. I guess they work. That's Star. Let me see. That's a bike helmet. That's not it. She's not going to be wearing a bike helmet. Nick Bosa and George Kittle both got the It's Morphin Time ass helmets on. Bosa can wear wherever you want. That man, yeah, he's fire. I'm looking at helmets and I'm trying to picture how it's going to look, orange and yellow. So I'm picturing this right here, orange and yellow. And I'm not seeing it. I'm not seeing it right now. This Thomas the Train helmet. Oh, you can't even see it. Oh, yes, you can. This Thomas the Train helmet right here. Creepy. It's creepy. Okay. What is this gun called? Spray and pray. No. Thirst zapper. Okay. So we got to use the thirst zapper on him. This Toy Story looking gun. Like, damn. Alright. So the plan, I guess, is this straight to Overseer's Guardian. Got it. Let's do this, I guess. How do I get there?
Alright! Disciples! Are you ready for
Here we go.
blood?
We're going to use our fucking water gun on him. That gun with the Thomas the Train helmet. You know how we're doing this? We're not taking this seriously.
Ready for things to get wild?
Should I use this and then just fat man him?
Operators, are you ready to see me?
I feel like this into a fat man wins me the fight easy. So I died once, right? And this big dude in a black cloak walked to me and I didn't want to be rude, so I asked who he said, I am deaf. So I asked him again, but I raised my voice so he can hear me, but he keeps saying the same thing. I don't know what to do now. Yo, Evil, I think you gotta use hand signals. Some sign language. I'm trying to see if my coach will let me wear the VCISO 2. I do not want to wear that shit. The stories. I don't know what to do with the story. Okay. How do I open this? Puss in Boots.
Are you ready to die? Let's do this!
Alright. Let's get up close. We look stupid. Okay.
What's up? What is this?
What the hell? Was that a water gun?
Gotta lead him. Oops. The game turned to Borderlands. I was not paying attention to my health at that point. I was just firing water at him. And the fat man takes too long, so we're not going to use that. The water gun is the best in the game, not going to lie. Yo, that's not even a water gun, that's a squirt gun. It is. It is. This gun sucks.
And you, are you ready to die?
Open up.
Do this!
Hands up, Robert.
What's up? What is it?
What the hell? Was that a water?
Let's take him down. This is going to be a long fight. Oh my god. Hold on, gotta reload.
Still going down.
Up, hold on. Hold on, my boy. I gotta heal up. Beats the Mr. You at school. Yeah. It's the spray bottle this motherfucker got on his desk. Throw pulse grenades at him? That is a good idea. Hold on. Gotta heal a little bit. That's way better than what my mom sent me to school with on water day, which I've said before. A little spray bottle like this, which she had on the Mr. setting. And I didn't know how to change it to jet. Grenades don't work for scrap. That is very true. That's very true. We're not Tim the Tatmaning myself. I'm not throwing. I can't throw. Oh. Buff tats. Need that. Power armor users take damage same as robots. I didn't know that. But it told me I have to use the water gun. So we're just going to take drugs. Yep. We're taking drugs. You know how it is. What's up? What's up? I'm on you. Come on. Gotta reload. Hold on. Shit. Hold on. What's up? Got him. Let's go. Let's go. Take drugs, fight a bear. There we go. Yeah, fuck out of here. We're taking the torso too, my boy. Give me that. Give me that. Give me that. Give me that. We did it. Got him. We're taking all this shit. I know we can't run. It's all good though. Damn. When they put Eminem in here. Okay, where's dog meat? That water gun was just cleaning it off. Yeah, it was a little rusty. You know, I had to make sure I got it. We're the leader now. Where is my dog, though? Oh, we need the power fist, too. Slim Shady, exactly. He can't stand up, though, so tough. The water gun is super good if you use Nuka-Cola Quantum. Really? There's a chance to use this again? There you are. Dog meat.
Hey.
You know what you gotta do, boy. Petty, it's you. Dog meat can't carry anymore. Oh, we're good, though. We're gonna have to fast travel ASAP. Yo, can you open the door?
What did I tell you? Worked like a charm.
I use it as my main weapon? Really?
Thanks to you. Not a bad plan.
And what do you know? It worked.
Wait, can I show you a trick? Yeah, what's the trick?
Idea what's going on, and everything is coming at
What's the
you
trick?
Fast. But
Scratch, do you think Petty looks like Eminem? Everyone says it. When I see Petty, low-key, I get a little Eminem and a little George Kittle.
Now that he's actually
Like a little
gone,
bit. It's like a mix.
There was a vacancy in the overboss department.
Little George Kittle.
Guess what?
I think it's the beard, though.
You just got
My whole chat roasting me about it. Really?
You trust me on this and give it a shot.
I thought George Kittle some.
It'll be worth it.
You got my attention.
Just say you.
Ooh, I love George Kittle. Yeah, a little bit. A little bit.
Because I've got a lot.
In fact, yo, what's up,
There are
Snow?
3 raider gangs that run the show.
That's the first. That's the first name I thought of when I saw you.
Operators and the pack. And
What's going on here? We just beat a dude in a power armor with a water gun.
Typical raider.
I always get Jake Gyllenhaal. I can see that too.
Don't exactly
I can see that.
Thanks to Coulter, this place is a powder keg just waiting to.
Aaron Rodgers? I don't see Aaron Rodgers.
One wrong move, and we're going to have a bloodbath on our hands. I think you have
I don't really see Aaron
turn
Rodgers.
things around and keep these.
I said the trick, by the way.
gangs tearing each other apart.
Where? Where'd you say it? I didn't see it.
Fine.
I don't do shit for free in this
I'm
game.
not doing this for
Don't
free.
worry.
It's a dog-eat-dog
Caps
world.
You want, you'll be swimming in them soon enough. No,
Drop items and have dog meat pick them up while they're on the ground, and he will overload his weight limit and hold more. Oh, when we were younger, not really anymore. Alex Smith. I'd have to see Alex Smith with a beard. Edward Norton. That one's a good one. That was a good one. I think my top one is I beat this thing like it owes me money. I still think George Kittle's my my top one. Basically any white guy with a beard. Yeah, that's how I get when I'm on TikTok and everyone like, you look like this black guy. Someone literally this morning said KSI, and I was like, me and KSI look nothing alike. I see George Kittle now. Yeah, George Kittle works. Don't fuck with the arena idiots. Okay, cool. Yeah, someone said KSI, and I was like, that's gotta be racist. I don't look anything like KSI. Nothing alike. Is there any... That's racist for sure. I sent a dumb outfit through Discord if you can look. Let's take a look. I'm always down for the fits. Let's take a look. I thought you was 50 Cent. You see what I'm saying? Maybe Rod Wave. Maybe a little bit. Yo, I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to lie, Cass. This fit right here, I'm not fucking with this. I'm not fucking with this. This jacket is Hogwarts Hugh Hefner. You know what I'm saying? I feel like you got to take the scarf off for this. You look like Corey Kenshin in one of your TikTok thumbnails. I did hear Corey Kenshin. I've heard that. Not gonna lie, Phyllis, I seen a glimpse of Corey Kenshin in one of your thumbnails, but we played the video. No. Yeah. Like, I heard that. Smells like cigars from here. Exactly. You got to take the scarf off. And low key, you got to take this hat off. You got to go hatless. That man owns somebody. You know, it's kind of giving me Leo DiCaprio and Django. You know what I'm saying? In Django. So, you know, it's like, yeah. Yeah, Vex is right. You know what I'm saying? Like, you need maybe change the undercoat too, but you got to take the hat and the scarf off. This feels like an indoor suit. Man looks like his mom doesn't want him to get cold. Exactly. He definitely walks around saying, boy, yeah. He sees the other 1,800 kids. And he's like, come here, boy. What are you doing in these hallways? I ain't seen you around these parts. It's giving me Tom Holland vibes. It is. It is. Plus, I'm not going to lie. Updates. Okay, hold on. The other thing that's kind of getting me is I feel like Hufflepuffs don't have scars. I'm not gonna lie to you. That could be being biased, but it's common knowledge that Tom Holland is a raging racist. That is true. That is true. Okay, let's see. Oops, let me unzoom out. Reset. Okay. It's giving me a white Kevin Hart vibe. He rage fucks Zendaya. Yeah, like, this is better. Now I'm kind of feeling like you're a pirate, though. You know? This is better without the hat and without the scarf. I see what you're doing here. Remember I said it was like Hugh Hefner vibes? I see that you got the top button unbuttoned. I see what's going on here. This is an indoor outfit. You know? You got the hair laid out right. You got the vibrant jacket on. This is the trying to attract somebody at school. Man looks like he's had a lead cast in the Twilight series. He looked like Swashbuckler or whatever the fuck you spell that shit. Here, I got you. Pirate, gotta protect my booty. Look, doesn't it look like he's coming after it? Like, you know, he got the top button undone. You know, look at the look in his eyes. He's a vampire in a 1989 prone vid. New one? Okay. Fault. Wrong shit. Arg matey me head eye. Man looking like someone from a musical he's about to sing at any moment. True. Zac Efron type shit. Okay. This is better. See, the fit is coming along better. I need to drink some water. My voice is like being weird. This is better. You see? You see? I see Zac Efron. Yeah, this is some High School Musical shit. This is better inside, though. This looks like you're about to pull the biggest cigar out and just talk shit about how no one else in the school gets bitches. You know? And sing it to them. You know? This is better. This is better. You could also... I can't see the other shit you got here. Young Einstein. Kinda, yeah. Yeah. You could also you could try this one. Or this one right here. The black would go well, too. You can try one of these. If you want 1800s, I got you. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Your wizard looking like Daquan. You know? I swear it's even the same jacket Leo wears. I think it is. Let me see. I gotta look it up now. Leo DiCaprio Django. It might be. No, he looks like he's friends with Drake Mouthboy. Let's see. Yo. Like, I need the full picture. Open image, new tab. Like this. Hold on, I need a side by side. Where's the other tab? Open. Okay. You ready? Damn! It is Leo! It's Leo! Damn! Check DMs. Okay. Okay. It is Leo. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. He put the top hat on. He's not fucking around no more. Man look like he's about to pull a heist. Oh, man look like Doctor Who. Like, I just can't get over this. Let's go back. Look at this. Damn. His wizard about to dump his girlfriend for getting old. A 7th year? Ew, gross. He's like, if it ain't a first year, I don't fuck with it. Damn. It's like the same jacket. Damn. This top hat, though, look. This shit makes you look goofy as hell, though. This top hat looks like you're going to try to sell me the worst shit in Hogwarts. You're going to be like, do you want some of my wares? And it's going to be like some fucking fruits and shit. Nothing useful. Man looks like an extra in Assassin's Creed Unity. Like, damn. One last outfit check DM. Okay. Who's the one that said he's owned someone? They called that 100%. I think that was Vex. Was that Vex or was it Evil? It was Vex. Vex said it. Vex called that. He nailed that shit. Yo, what the fuck is this? What the fuck? What the fuck is this? Where do you even get this shit? My man said, you gonna try to run away from me, boy? Not now. What the fuck is this? The Darkest Night? What the fuck? Knight in Shining Armor. Like, what the fuck is this? Dark Souls, love you guys. Valentine's Day appropriate. Like, what the fuck? What is this? And you don't even have the pants. Look, you got some green ass pants with it. Look at this. Why is this popping up? Get out of my shot. Look at these green ass pants. You ain't even got the whole fit. He said, yo, I can only afford the top half. Just keep your eyes up here. Don't look at the pants. If you guys go to my stream, a fan pull up dumb ass outfits. This motherfucker got class at 1 and Crusade at 2:30. I have the whole fit. The pants come with it. Where are they? It's you see the knee pads. The shit's too heavy to wear the whole thing. Like, damn. You know, it looks like when your parents try to get you a Halloween costume, but they suck at shopping for them. Too heavy like a motherfucker. Yeah, like. Oh, man. Crusade at 2:30 is the best shit. That shit. He said nothing below the waist. Yeah, he's like, hey, my eyes are here. They're here, buddy. Don't you look down. Keep them right here, and we're good. Oh, my God. That's so funny. That's so funny. Goofy ass outfits. Okay. That shit was funny as fuck. Oh my God. Man looks like he stays still to skip potion making class. Yeah, he's like, if I don't move, she will not see me. We're taking a wine. Celebratory. Give me all that. Fuck. Dog meat. Come here.
Hey.
Come here. He definitely tried to joust with his wand. He did. He's like, hold on. Let me get on my broom. You get on your broom. And we're jousting now. Let's see. He can't hold anything else. That's right. We gotta drop something. Fuck. I hate the jump scares. Yeah, get on your broom. Get on your broom right now. What did you just say to me? Drink alcohol? That's a good point. I forgot I can do that. All love. No, you're good. The jump scare. Oh. Hold on, I got the sleepers 9,000. Oh, man. That fit was funny as fuck. Oh, my God. Check DM? Okay. Was just testing it? Yeah, we got it all. We got it all working. Wait till we get scary games. Okay, we got another DM. Holy shit. Yo. Cass. What is happening here? The fuck is this? What is this? What scary games are you gonna play? I think we're gonna play. What is the game? Like these pajamas are Dead Space. We're gonna play Dead Space. Rihanna halftime show performer. I know this man got a body pillow. Nightwear for Leo and Django. You know he's wearing it under this fit. This the type of shit he keeps on in the cold and just puts this on over top. Got that. Babe, did you hear that? Go check it out, fit. Like, what is this? And why you still got the scarf on? He sleeps in the scarf. I know he just woke up, didn't feel like taking a shower or nothing, just put this shit over it. And went right out to being this dude. Can't forget the scarf. The scarf pulls the whole fit together. He's like, you don't understand the vision. You think I'm just sleeping in this? Hell no. Gotta keep the neck warm. This shit's not a turtleneck. I got the hold on, it's cold. Took the gloves off, but kept the scarf on. I just wasn't seeing the vision there. Like, what the fuck? It's for head support. True. It is. What happened? He's like feeling lightly choked at night. Yeah, you know, it just keeps him secure. Keeps him secure. Like, I know. Protects his neck. It does. He has to. He's like, you never know. In this school, there's too many dark wizards, if you understand what I'm saying. Need to keep your neck safe. Check again. Okay. Let's see. You know it itches at night. I know. No, you didn't. No, you didn't put the jacket back on. What is this? This is the, what was that noise? He's hiding a chain under that scarf. He is. He had to tuck it. He had to tuck it. He's like, I just can't risk it. I cannot risk it. Nani? What is this? What is this? Man just said, I heard a noise. I heard a noise. I need to investigate. What is this? You can't leave the dorm room with this shit on. Oh, this is the gotta go get something out of my car at 3 a.m. Yeah, it's snowing and shit. And he's like, fuck, it's cold. That's that outside noise. I can't explain why, but the whole fit just irritates me. It's probably because he's got a onesie on and decided to go outside, had to put the gloves on, left the scarf off, said, fuck the scarf this time, and put the coat on. The fit got vexed, perplexed. He said, this fit, fuck the scarf, we need the gloves. That's it. I just got to grab one thing out the car. He's wearing cotton shoes. I didn't even look at these shits. What are these? The shoes look like they're made of one layer of fabric only. They are. What are these, Toms? What the fuck is this? Them shits is socks. They are. What is this? What is this outfit choice? Damn. Yo, you know what I just realized? Yeah, what are those? They are Toms. Bro just slipped condoms on his feet. He never washed the socks and they got hard on the bottom. You know they are? I gotta zoom way in for this shit. Look at this shit. Everything is white on this fit, right? These socks are fucking gray. You know these motherfuckers are dirty. I accidentally left my socks in with the colored clothes shits. These weren't intentionally gray. They just weren't. And you know what else I just noticed? So let's go back to this Django fit, right? You see the Django fit. Look at this name. This is crazy. Isaiah Black with the motherfucking Django fit. That's fucking wild. Look again, bro. Isaiah Black. That's fucking crazy. What the fuck? He got the Jordan 1832s on. What is this? What is... This is the, I gotta show you what my parents just bought me type fit. He was sitting around with his friends in this shit and was like, yo, I got a part. Whoa, he's part of a black family. Me too, bro. I'm part of a black family too. My name's Isaiah. Like CP is black. No, I feel you. I'm just saying the Django fit with the black last name, you know what I'm saying? Like, hey, I don't know why I went to this page. This page just pissed me off with this top hat. This shit is crazy. This shit is crazy. Like, damn. I'm wearing this jacket to the first day of school tomorrow. He's like, yo, what's up, Anansi? He goes, hey, guys, you want to see the jacket I got for school tomorrow? Hold on. Ran up and put this shit on. Comes back down. Friends like, why the fuck you put gloves on? The feather really irritates me. I think I closed that shit. It does. I got to show you my fit in Hogwarts. Yo, bring it. We are rating fits right now. We're rating fits. Like, man, what is this? I can't get over this shit. This shit is crazy. We're roasting fit. Sent it. Got it. Let's look. And we ain't holding punches. Yeah, come with your cleanest. Here we go. What the fuck? How the hell did you get this shit? What the fuck? How'd you get this shit? You slinging webs and spells? How the fuck did you do this? Ain't no way how Miles Morales get in this bitch? Just feel his nose. How the hell did you do this? There's Spider-Man in this shit? What the fuck? I'm looking clean though. You are. You don't even need this broom. Everyone's out here going, Wingardium Leviosa. And you like, watch this, bitch. Watch. I'm slinging webs. How the fuck did you do this? Brandon Ayuk is Spider-Man. That's true as fuck, Betty. Slinging spells, webs, and D. I modded the outfit. I didn't even know they had mods in this game. That's actually cool as fuck. That's cool as fuck. But I just got to tell you, I know he mad about this. He's like, hey, what is your con doing here? I was getting ready to roast his outfit, but I'm impressed. They do the name, a Nazi spider god. I just noticed that. Damn, they got mods already. Game's been out for 4 days for everybody. We got mods already. That's fucking crazy. Wow. I'm actually impressed. I was so when I first saw it, I was like, what the fuck? And now I'm thinking about it. That's kind of cool. Yo, the last one I sent isn't even close to that good. All right, let's see. Yo, you see the mod that makes the brooms in the Shrek? No. Why they got a gentrified Spider-Man Leo fit wizard? Yo, okay, let's see what the other one was. Let's see. This, low-key, this looks like a normal-ass sleep outfit except for the gloves. This shit looks like that shit where you see when someone intrudes and they're like, oh, and they close it. That's what this is giving me. That's that vibe I'm getting. This looks like I had to go outside. I have shit else to grab. Let me grab my mom's robe to stay warm. In fact, I haven't seen that. I didn't know there was mods yet. This is your best sleep outfit yet, though. I'm not going to lie. This is the best one. He hates his wife and don't want to touch her. Yeah. Like, mom's robe and mom's Tom's. Yeah, he's like, his mom's like, yo, can you get this out the car? And he's like, fuck. Grabs her robe and shit. Walks out to the car mad as hell because it's closed. Speepers 10,000. Damn. This is the best sleep fit you got. So your fit lineup is looking like, you know, we sleep in green, we wake up in Django. You know? Can't get over this shit. When your mom asks you to help bring in groceries, yeah. Gryffindor got its own friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. They do. Bro, hold up. I just found something. Oh, God. Yeah, they're like, he who shall not be named is here. And he's like, don't worry. Spider-Man's here. The fuck you gonna do with that? I use way more than magic. Now I gotta see what he's about to send. Let's see. Oh my fucking God. What the fuck is this? Imagine Spider-Man with magic. That'll go crazy. Spider-Man plus Voldemort is crazy. Every time he try to catch that killing spell, he's out of there. I'm a hoochie. I like Louis and Gucci. If you ain't breaking bread, I ain't breaking Gucci. What the fuck is this? Like, what the fuck? I don't even know what to say about it. What is this belt? Spider-Man Far From Hogwarts. Yo. That's the best name for this. That's a sailor in the Navy. I'm not gonna lie. That's right. That's true as hell. I don't know what the fuck this is. If someone shows up to class in this, you know everyone's like, what the fuck? Sidekick ass fit. True. He's the preppy white kid about to go sailing on daddy's yacht. And he still got the Toms on. He still got the Toms on. He said, hey. Fuck regular shoes. We got the Toms. No socks. No socks with the Toms. Fuck all that. I don't know where DL came from, but it works. It does. It does. What is this? Yo, Cass. You got to beat the game in this fit. Show me the cutscenes when you're like seriously dueling someone in this shit. That's Axehand Morgan's kid from One Piece. Gotta pull it out. Hold on. Son. Holy fuck. It is. Hold on. I gotta pull that image up. Hold on. You gotta beat the game in this shit. Look at this shit. But give him locks. Hell yeah. Oh, he got another one. Let me see it. I'm waiting. I'm in DMs. I am in DMs. Let's see what we got. Oh my God. This is too funny. Oops. Man just put on pajamas at this point. He said, fuck it. Fuck it. I'm just wearing pajamas and I'm still wearing the fucking Toms. This shit too funny. It really is. This is just some normal. This is the most normal shit you put on. I really could. These fit. Yo, I got the 1700s. Like, this is the most normal shit you put on yet. I still can't get over this shit, though. This shit is funny as fuck. Look at this. That's the Scrooge two-piece. He gave up trying to save the Wizarding World. He's like, this shit's too fucking hard. I'm just trying to go to sleep. Fuck the gloves. Fuck the scarf. That's what the Confederates wore under their coats. It is. Oh my god. That's so fucking true. Oh my god. This shit is so funny. These fits. I can't get over this shit. This shit looks like a sassy maid. Like a sassy maid is coming to clean your fucking house. That's what this makes me think of. They be like, you don't dust? And this shit just, fuck it. I quit. Why am I still trying? It's giving material girl. It is. It is. This looks like the sassiest motherfucker in the whole school. I got another one, bruh. Like, I know he's giving so much attitude to everybody. Yo, what the fuck? What the fuck is this? Passenger princess. Look, this is a passenger princess fit. I know that. This shit right here looks like you about to be outside of a girl's window reading poems with a quill pen. The fuck is this? I see you change out the toms. I see you. You know, gotta accessorize. I see, what is this? He looks mad as hell to be wearing this shit. Look at his face. This is the my mom dressed me up for picture day type shit, and I hate this fit face. That's a straight up Confederate. Lord Farquaad ass. Romeo and Juliet looking ass. I'm saying. I know he's reading that poem to her. His face looked like, Mom, why you put me in this shit? So many like, damn. Look at this. This is Lord Farquaad. Hold on. We got to pull him up. We got to. We got to pull him up. Open image, new tab. It is. Buttons on the sleeve. They're fucking everywhere. Man arch nemesis is an ogre. Look at this. Holy. How do you have so many fits? Isaiah repping blue. What the fuck is this? No, you didn't. No, you didn't put the fucking helmet on. Now you're a helmet baby in this shit. What the fuck? And a scarf? Did you have a scarf? No, you didn't. You put the scarf on with this shit and the helmet. This is crazy. This is the most helmet baby ass fit I've ever seen. What the fuck is this? Whoa. This fucking scarf. Yeah. That fucking scarf, bro. Hold on. You want helmet, baby? Oh, shit. Bro hasn't done any missions. He just explored all the fits in the game. That's the only reason he's playing. What is this? All right. I'm opening Discord again. Let's see. Let's see. Holy shit. Oh. This is so fucking funny. Oh my god. Hold up. Okay. Okay. Yo, Chain, thanks for the roses. Appreciate you. What the fuck are these fits? Holy shit. Close this window. Close this window. Okay. We got a lot of... Like, look at all these fits. Let's just review. I got to get this game now. You got to, Vex. We got Leo. We got whatever this shit is. My mom sent me to run an errand to the car and it's cold as fuck outside. I want to get the game so I can send my fit. You got to, Phyllis. You got to. We got Spider-Man in this shit. That's still crazy to me. There's a mod that changes the wand into a Glock. Really? Holy, I gotta look that up. Hold on. I'm about to find it. YouTube. Let's see. Hogwarts Legacy gun mod. Oh, we got the YouTube shorts. There is. He's actually shooting people. Robert would love that. Whoa. They're actually shooting people. What the fuck? Gotta look the Shrek mod? Yeah, let's look it up. Shrek mod. How long is this video? 10 minutes? No, we're not doing that. Let's see.
I swapped out my broom for Shrek in Hogwarts Legacy.
What the fuck?
No.
What the fuck is this?
I didn't know the position. I thought maybe.
Yo!
Shrek equals Falcor. Yeah.
Okay, wait. What'd you say, Snow? I just seen Keke Palmer pregnant. I'm ready to beat that fucking baby up. Yo, bro, gotta put on the Farquaad fit and use the Shrek mod. He do. Yo, Snow. Riding Shrek in the air is fucking crazy. Oh my god. What the fuck is this? This dude went from the sassiest maid to the sassiest knight. This the sassiest knight in the whole kingdom. I know it. Like, this is the sassiest knight. Baby, gotta put the baby helmet on Keke, baby. Gotta keep it safe. Snow's coming for it. What the fuck is this fit? This scarf, first of all, the helmet is clipping it. You gotta stop with this scarf. Meme proposing. This is the sassiest knight in the kingdom. 100%. This fucking knight right here. Holy shit. Oh my god. Snow coming for the baby is crazy. Hold up, I'll do it after the scarf. Alright, we'll wait. Snow is mad as fuck. Oh my god. This fit's fucking wild. He jousts with his pinky out. He does. He holds the sword like this. Every time. Holy fuck. This fit is crazy. Oh my god. Damn. Yo, you sent it? Okay. Oops. Holy shit. The way that this shit sticks out at the neck is crazy. What the fuck are you wearing? You gotta beat the game in either this one or this. No, not this one. You gotta do the Shrek mod with this shit. If you get the mod, do the Shrek mod, put this shit on. Where is it? Damn, you gotta beat the game in this shit. Like, I need to see serious fighting scenes with this shit on. This shit is wild. And then you gotta fight the Dark Wizards in this shit. Just for the memes. You know what I'm saying? Fight a Dark Wizard in this shit. What the fuck? Wait, where's the other? Oh, I moved it. Didn't I? Let's look through all these fits. God, there's so many. I can go fight some with it on us in the clip. Yeah, send it. I was hurt. You gotta beat the game in this shit. This shit's crazy. You got to. Oh my god. Fucking crying. This shit is funny. Keke and Riri both pregnant, bro. 2023 is cruel. You can be her yes, no. You know, you can give that kid a half brother or a half sister. You know? You still got hope. You still got hope, my boy. You still got hope. Riri pregnant with my kid on my mom. Riri being pregnant by ASAP hurts me. The thing that's crazy, I was watching the Super Bowl. I was like, I thought she already had the baby. Then I was like, wait a fucking minute. That's the second one. I was like, what the fuck? Riri's the only one that can make me be a stepdad. For real. It's a fallacy. It's my kid. I could also stream it and you can see it real quick. Okay, hold on. I'll pull it up. I got to see this fit in action. I got to. Yo, what's up? Let's go to your channel. Cassin. Oh. I would love that kid like my own. Okay. Let me full screen this shit. All right, look at this fucking fit. If I had my own kid, I would love Riri Kid more. Oh, I need the sound on. Hold on. I gotta unmute your tab. Hold on. Kiki gonna make change the meaning. Gonna make me change the meaning of a stepchild. Oh my god. Like, y'all see the beginning of the halftime show when she looking down, showing all that forehead? Bro, I thought she was pointing right. She was looking right at me. You know what I'm saying? What the fuck is this fit? What's up, Cass? What is this? Fuck is going on?
Perhaps not the best place to be called.
She used to do some people in the first 5 seconds. She was. Did you see that? Hold on, Cass. I'm all tabbing real quick. Hold on. Did you see that meme? I think I retweeted it. Hold on. Let me go to Twitter. I know exactly how I felt in this shit. That forehead got superpowers. It does. Oh, he's still flying. Okay, we're good. It's where the fuck this. This is how I felt. Right here. That's how I felt. She bad as fuck. She is, man. She is. All right, Cass. I saw that tweet. That's exactly how I felt.
Bro, I'm dead right now.
All right, go ahead, Cass. Do your thing. That Drewski pick, it's so good. That shit was funny. Get this motherfucker off that broom. I need to see the fights. There you go. Let me see it. This is hot. Okay, we're good. Look at this shit. This is the sassiest. What Drewski pick? I'll show you in a second. This is the sassiest night. Look, he's even spinning and dancing and shit. He flies with both his legs off to the side of the broom. The me one, that shit was funny as fuck. Holy shit. This fucking outfit. Holy fuck. This fucking fit. Too loud. This shit. Fighting in this fit makes you look so sassy. Holy fuck. I see he got the rolls down. He got the rolls. One more. The sassiest roll ever. It really is. It really is. Like, damn. After every fight, he licks the tip of his finger and puts it on his ass and makes the sizzling sound. You know he does. He'll be like, and that's how you clear a bitch. I know he. Every time he gets up from a roll, his hip pops a little. That shit was crazy, Cass. Holy fuck. And he put the Lumos on. Look at this.